when you first started school, what happens? You learn how to trace letters. You learn how to write words. And as you progress in the grades, you learn how to write a sentence, write paragraphs, write an essay. You learn how to add, multiply, subtract, divide. You learn. What I'm trying to say here is that if you put in perspective if you put life in perspective like this, if you don't know something, in order for you to know something, you have to learn. And after you learn, you have to put in the work, right? You can't expect life to miraculously change if you don't learn and you don't put in the work to correct in perspective in this point in this video. When you don't know how to write, right, you learn how to trace your letters, you learn how to write words, you learn how to write sentences. As you start to, in the very, very beginning, you start to write sentences, you start to write words. Maybe your handwriting is very sloppy, really sloppy. That's why they have you trace the letters, right? And then what happens? Then you slowly start to get better. You slowly start to go from sloppy handwriting to you actually not rushing to get it done. Because if you rush things, what happens? It looks messy. It looks sloppy, right? It's very similar to life. If you rush something, you might ruin it. You might make a mess, to say the least. What I'm trying to say, the point of this video that I am trying to get across is that if you are somewhere within your life and you don't know something, or maybe you're trying something different, I want you to think that in order for you to get better at something, you have to try. You can't rush things. If you rush things, you're gonna make a mess. Really. If you take your time, if you can find the patience to learn and to get better at whatever it is that you are trying to learn, whatever it is that you are trying to do, you will get better at it over time. It's not going to be easy in the very beginning. I remember in school when I would have to trace my letters to write sentences, and I would rush it just because, all you're doing is just tracing letters. So really to me, in my mind, and my thought process was, really, why does this really matter? So I would rush it to get it over with, and then I can go and play the video and go and play my game system. I would rush it. But what my mom would do is, I don't know if your parents were like this or your mom was like this, but what my mom would do is she would erase it and tell me, no, do it better. And I would have to do it again. Still sloppy. Do it. She would erase it again. Do it better. And I'm getting in little me was getting frustrated, like, oh my God, Mom, like it's not that big of a deal. But the point of when I reflect off that experience, the point of it was she knew I could do it better. And that was, for me, her way of teaching me to don't rush things, because it's gonna come out sloppy. Take your time, and again, if you are trying something new, it's not gonna be great in the beginning, unless maybe you're super gifted, right? Some kids are gifted like that. Some people are gifted like that, but nonetheless, is that when we try something, it's not going to come out good. It's not going to come out perfect. It's going to be sloppy. And in the very beginning, again, it's not going to be good. Things get better with time. Things get better as you try, as you continue to learn, as you continue to develop, new ways of thinking. You continue to learn, to say the least. So the point that I'm trying to get across within this video is that if you don't know something, or if you are trying to do something and it's not coming out great, slow it down, take your time, focus on what you can improve, what needs to be improved, where you can improve, what things you aren't doing. Start taking notice of the things that you are not doing. That's a big one. Slowly get better, and before you know it, you're going to be able to go from, in this context, you're going to go from writing words to writing sentences, and before you know it, you're going to be able to write an entire paragraph, maybe even a book. Anyhow, I hope this video brought some form of value as I continue to make these videos. I mention this just about in almost every video. As I continue to make these videos, I do continue to learn and improve, and I like to reflect off my videos, and I just like to reflect and improve, to say the least. Anyhow, over time, I will slowly start to get better and develop my storytelling skills and things like that. Anyhow, I hope this video brought some form of value to you. I'm going to end it with a quote. The difference between the one who knows the answer and the one who doesn't is the other had asked the question. Remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.